Many times during Swamiji's lifetime, starting back in the early 70s, in all different ways, he tried to create some completely non-sectarian spiritual movement that would allow many, many people to participate in the project of helping to develop a new civilization. We are moving from Kali Yuga, which is the age of matter, into Dwapara Yuga, which is the age of energy. Master talks about this in Autobiography of a Yogi. Sri Yukteswar talks about it in The Holy Science. It's a long-standing ancient tradition that there are higher and lower ages of consciousness on this planet. Master incarnated to help transition us from the Kali Yuga way of thinking, which was material, into the Dwapara way of thinking, which is energy. And he brought meditation techniques, he brought a whole lifestyle. We sort of know what it all is. Swamiji always saw it as far more than just another avatar that people would gradually elevate, and he would have his sect, and then a religion would develop around it. All of that is the way Kali Yuga has worked. And all of our history of religion, of life, is all based on Kali Yuga, where form was the issue. But what Master came to bring is that the reality of life is energy. And so Swamiji was always trying to help us to understand that what we're really working with is a new consciousness. And yes, that consciousness will take certain forms, like communities, like Ananda, like a lot of the things that we've done. But the greater reality of it is just a whole new way of approaching life. And toward the end of his life, he was inspired with this idea that there would be a new renunciate order for a new age. And it was radical from the start, because one always thinks of renunciate orders as being single individuals who have no ties to this world, who then go into some monastic life. But right from the start, Swamiji allowed married couples to be part of this order. And it wasn't merely that you could be married in part of the order, is that he was showing that this is the time to integrate what people would think of as spontaneous, normal life with a deep spiritual commitment. And the implications of that are profound and wonderful, because it's a whole new freedom and a whole new integration even within ourselves. The word yoga means union, and we're just unifying all the parts of ourselves in the presence and the power of God, instead of dividing ourselves into all these different parts, spiritual, not spiritual, appropriate, not appropriate. It's all of it being animated with the divine. So Swami took even a step further when he created, in the context of that order, it is not only defined by the final vow of renunciation, which makes a person a Nayaswami, but he also has the pilgrim vow. And the pilgrim vow, in many ways, is the biggest revolution of the whole renunciate order, because anybody can take it. You don't change your clothes, you don't change your lifestyle, you don't change your name, but you continue to do what you've always done, except you bring God into it. Many years ago, I brought a reporter to visit Ananda village, and I showed him around, and he was disappointed because he was hoping that we would be very exotic and weird, and that he would be able to make a very exotic and weird story that everybody would be very interested in. And when we finally sat down to lunch with Swamiji, he said, essentially, you know, I'm a little disappointed because you people seem just like everyone else. Now, the reporter wasn't sensitive enough, but nonetheless, he said, you seem just like everyone else. And Swami's response was so beautiful. He said, yes, he said, we're just like everyone else, except we put God first. And the reporter didn't understand what Swami meant, but I did. And when, decades later, Swamiji created this Nayaswami order, this new Swami order, a renunciate order for the new age, and he added the pilgrim vow. Oh yes, this is life as I've always lived it, but now I get to put God first. And of course that changes everything.